this could quite possibly be
one of my most favorite tech days
of all time.
We have the brand new M4 iMac here in the studio and we are gonna unbox and check it out. This is the season of pink and I'm so here for it and I know many of you are as well. I don't think I actually need this pink knife, but I thought we should just have it just in case. I gotta stand up for this one. Here it is. Okay, I need to lay this down. I'm freaking out, guys, I'm freaking out. The unboxing experience for an iMac is a beautiful experience. It is like no other. Oh. Beautiful pink iMac. I can't believe that you are here. We've got accessories, keyboard, mouse, cables. Polishing cloth. I can't deal with this right now. Oh my gosh. Look at it. The most perfect pink in the world. I think one of my favorite things, obviously, other than this being upgraded to M4 and with the accessories being USB-C, is this now comes with an option for nanotexture. So if you're in an office space or somewhere that it's super bright and reflective, like this studio, you can kind of see some reflections, but if this was a regular display, this would be so much more significant. Like you can barely see anything. This is incredible. So the iMac is unboxed. We'll set this up in a second. Let's take a look at the accessories. USB-C, a pink braided cable. Oh, that was easy. And our USB-C keyboard. I love that this is the full-size one, of course, with the Touch ID. I thought this would come with a trackpad though. Did I miss that in the box? No, I didn't. Interesting. Okay. And last but not least, we've got our power adapter. One of the things that I love about the iMac is they do color match all of the cables. So we've got this nice little pink to match the back of the iMac. Now, you all might remember that Apple did make a red iMac, which is kind of close to pink, but not really. This one is such a deeper red color, but when we spin it around, it was like kind of pink. It's more of like a little salmon color. And what's cool is you can tell now because this one is so reflective. Like look at the difference between the reflection of the new iMac with nanotexture and the reflection of the old one without. On camera, it's kind of wild. These look very similar in color, which is one of the reasons why I made this background all white so you could really see the color. Do nanotexture or not nanotexture? I mean, I think that is the question, but for me, once I've gone nanotexture, it's really hard to go back. My studio display, my Pro Display XDRs, now my iPad, and also my soon-to-be MacBook Pro M4, all nanotexture. It's really awesome and it is so much easier on your eyes. So if you haven't tried this out, go to the Apple Store, test it, and see if you like it. I love it. The new M4 iMac is a 24-inch all-in-one that is pretty much the same form factor as the previous, but with the addition of this new pink and the upgraded M4 chip. We're getting a faster CPU, a more powerful GPU with up to 32 gigs of faster unified memory, and a neural engine that is 3 times faster than the M1. I have been so surprised with the performance on this iMac so far, and the current configuration that I have has a 10-core CPU and GPU, 24 gigs of memory, and 1 terabyte of storage. Now for my review, I wanted to test this out in my gaming and craft room. Welcome to the gaming and craft studio. Should we craft or should we game? That is the question. I think we'll craft first. The main things that I wanted to test out here were editing and creating graphics to laser cut, which is not really that too processor intensive. It handled everything so seamless from Photoshop to Illustrator and importing everything into the Glowforge app to cut. So now that we're here and we're all set up, the first thing that I wanted to do was make my sister a little gift here on my Glowforge. Now, since this is kind of like my crafting, creative gaming room, this is a perfect addition to this space. Okay, I've got a couple of things here already. I've got a Same Brain. This is our podcast logo, so I'm going to export this. I'm gonna hop into Glowforge, create a blank design. Right there is our artwork. I'm going to put this on, what would Jenna like? Maybe a nice piece of wood. This nice walnut. Yeah, that looks great. It's cool because this Glowforge uses QR codes to make sure everything that you're putting into it is proof grade and will transfer all of the settings directly over to the app. And we're gonna add a little circle around it to cut it out, align our centers. I feel pretty good about that. So now I think we're ready for our first piece to be sent to the Glowforge. is done. It took about 26 minutes to cut out, which is a little intense, but let's see what we got. Pop this right out. And there it is, our little craft. I think I'm gonna use this as like a little luggage tag. I'm gonna have to print myself one since I did print this for my sister. I hope she enjoys it. Now, as a video editor, I of course had to test this out and see how Final Cut runs with a nice mix of some 8K and 4K footage. So I've been shooting a lot of my A-roll footage that you're watching right here in 8K, have it zoomed in so that I can easily create vertical content. So this is what it looks like normally, and this is what it looks like zoomed out. What's great is Final Cut has some nice AI tools to quickly smart conform a timeline into a vertical one for easy editing. So I've got a nice little start on the video that you're watching right now. So here we go. We're gonna duplicate. This has a smart conform, so when we go into vertical, now with smart conform turned on, hopefully I won't have to do much fixing. Analyzing the timeline. Let's freaking go. Do my job for me, please. Let's see how it did. This could quite possibly be one of my most favorite tech days of all time. So like this one right here, I might want to move down a little. But for the most part, it's pretty much done. Pink, and I'm so here for it, and I know many of you are as well. Let's see how it did with the 8K footage over here. So probably for this one, I might want to make a little adjustment. So usually for these, I will just do like a little stack. Pink and the upgraded M4. Now, Smart Conform has been out for a while, but sometimes it will take a really long time to kind of adjust all of the clips, especially if you have a large timeline. This already, just in this 2-minute clip paired with a bunch of different types of footage, it was really fast and it did a great job. So now with the new M4 chip, all of these processes will be so much faster and more efficient. I'm here for it. I really love editing. Like now I just want to sit here and edit. I don't want to be on camera. Done, cut. I quit. Just kidding. All right, what do we got next? Oh, gaming! We are in the gaming room. Let's get ourselves a controller and play some games. Now, I love that you're able to connect most Bluetooth controllers, including Xbox, PlayStation, and even Nintendo Switch to your Mac. I tried out a few Apple Arcade games, and they obviously ran flawless. I even tried to play Stray, which was a much anticipated Mac release. I was getting so into it that I forgot that I was even filming a video. With M4's GPU, we're getting up to 2 times faster ray tracing, so games that are enabled with ray tracing will look even more realistic. Gaming on this iMac is pretty impressive, and again, this is the M4 version, so this is kind of like the base model. And it's really great because you can kind of choose what you think you'll need. If you are looking to save money, you can obviously go with a lower chip. You don't have to go with the Pro version. You can also opt for less storage because you do have Thunderbolt ports, so you can have external storage connected to this and you can edit directly off of those drives as needed. So far, all of my expectations have been exceeded with this M4 chip, especially with the iMac, because this is something that is all in one. You no longer have to choose, do I want an iMac or do I want something with performance? You're basically getting the best of both worlds all in one, and that is the joy of the iMac. Now, in case you missed the memo, we are officially in the Apple Intelligence era with all of the things. There are still more features to come in macOS Sequoia, but in this current release, you'll be able to use the writing tools, summaries, priority messages, smart reply in mail, notification summaries, summarized transcripts in notes, and of course, new Siri. We've also got the natural language search in photos and the image cleanup. Also new to our little iMac is this 12 megapixel center stage camera with support for desktop view. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever seen this demo yet. You're able to get this incredible top-down view of your desk while also keeping you in the frame. This is such a cool feature. Have you guys ever used this before? The Magic Keyboard, mouse, and trackpad are now finally USB-C and color matched to perfection. The included braided USB-C cables are color coordinated along with the power cable. It's got 4 Thunderbolt 4 ports, and surprise, there is a gigabit Ethernet built into the power brick when you get the 4-port iMac model. The 8-core model only has 2 ports, so be sure to double check which one is which when you're ordering. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun checking out the new M4 iMac. I also have videos on the MacBook Pro and the new Mac Mini, so be sure to go check those out. If you guys have anything that you'd like to see me review in a future video, please leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos. And with that, my friends, I will see you in the next one. Bye!